Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, October 26th. We have all you need to know about a recent death of a former Penn State football player, as well as details on legal troubles facing Central Pennsylvania.
We also have more on health advisements from national medical experts, along with your entertainment, sports, and weather updates. Stay tuned.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jessica Heisey.
And I'm Cameron Lobley.
Former Penn State linebacker Bani Baju died on Saturday morning from pancreatic cancer. Baju was 34 years old and is survived by his wife Molly and 3 children. The 2010 graduate was a part-time starter and key backup for Penn State. He confirmed his cancer diagnosis in early October over social media after he had been hospitalized for over 2 weeks. Family and friends expect funeral and celebration of life services to be held in Lebanon, PA. Details are expected to be announced shortly.
As Election Day stands less than 3 weeks away here in Pennsylvania, a Latino civil rights group is suing York County's Board of Elections for a failure to provide Spanish-language voting services. The lawsuit was filed by nonprofit group CASA, and they're citing the lack of Spanish materials and assistance as a violation of the Voting Rights Act. CASA has argued that within York County's Puerto Rican population, nearly 15,000, many have trouble reading and understanding English. The lawsuit is requesting that the Board of Elections integrate Spanish-language ballots and education material to better remove English-only barriers for Puerto Rican voters and prospective voters. Oral arguments for the lawsuit will begin this Friday in Harrisburg. This past Monday, Penn State canceled Uncensored America's Stand Back and Stand By event at University Park an hour before the event was supposed to begin. University Park Police made this call due to, quote, escalating violence from counter-protesters at the event. Field reporter Olivia Ostnamer has more details from the scene. Take a look.
I'm Primetime 99 Alexine. This is the future of America. We're screwed. These people are on different antidepressants. These people are mentally insane. Look, this is the future. If this is our future, we are fudged.
Addressing the crowd was Alex Stein, one of the speakers invited by the Penn State organization Uncensored America. Stein is a right-wing media figure known for his hate speech and trolling politicians. Gavin McGinnis, founder of the Proud Boys, a right-wing group who took part in the January 6th insurrection, was also invited by Uncensored America to speak. The event, held at the Thomas Building, sparked anger among hundreds of people.
We're here to represent love. We're not here to protest hate speech. We're here to represent love speech.
The protest lasted approximately an hour and a half. As you can see right behind me, we have the hundreds of protesters here at Penn State, including Penn State students and the Penn State community, yelling at those walking into Thomas right now to view this presentation. As violence escalated between the protesters and supporter of Stein and McGinnis, Penn State announced in a mass text that the event was canceled with, quote, protesters at speaking event asked to disperse, event canceled, unquote. Ahead of the cancellation of the event, protesters and myself reporting on the scene were maced by alleged Proud Boy members dressed in all black. Dozens of crowd control horses were stationed around the area, and riot police with eyewear surrounded the crowd. Penn State has garnered criticism across the nation for allowing this event to take place on campus. However, others argue in favor of the First Amendment that allows these types of speeches to take place.
Look, I'm all here for, like, if you have, a voice, we're in America, freedom of speech, but as long as you're doing it in a responsible way, that is what it is.
Many question Penn State's handling of the situation, claiming their appearance of alleged support for providing a platform for extremist groups to speak is unacceptable. Penn State's reasoning for canceling is still evolving. For Penn State Network News, I'm Olivia Ostnamer.
Stein went on to Tucker Carlson tonight yesterday evening to discuss the event, where he claimed he was trying to, quote, wake people up to the harsh reality in which we live in, end quote. A 13-year-old boy from central Pennsylvania was arrested on Thursday after allegedly making verbal threats against another district school. He was turned over to Union County juvenile authorities. He has been charged with terroristic threats, ethnic intimidation, prohibited offensive weapons, and possession of an instrument of crime. His name has not been disclosed due to his age, and the nature of the threats have not been disclosed. The district learned about these threats anonymously through the PA Safe to Say Something line on Thursday, but no further details on the incident have been released.
If you're a driver in the State College area, well, you might just need to consider a new route or two when getting around town. That's because earlier this week, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation began road work on Atherton Street, one of the busiest roads in the area. On Monday, 2 trees were removed near the Logan Avenue intersection, and today PennDOT began base restoration and repairs between Railroad Avenue and Westerly Parkway. That road work will be continuing into tomorrow. No work is scheduled for Friday because of this weekend's home football game against Ohio State. PennDOT wants to remind drivers looking to get ahead of changing road conditions that alerts can be found at 511pa.com. Well, the end of October is now upon us, and you can certainly feel it in the daily drops in temperatures. Caitlin Kitch with the Campus Weather Service has more details on the incoming weather in this week's weather report. Take a look.
From the students of Penn State Meteorology, here is your Penn State Campus Weather Service forecast.
Good evening, I'm student meteorologist Caitlin Kitch here with your forecast for the remainder of this week. Taking a look out over Beaver Stadium at our live cam, we're seeing some cloud cover affecting us right now. That's lingering from the cold front that made its way across the state earlier today, giving us those afternoon showers that we saw. Currently here in State College, we're sitting at a chilly 59 degrees out there. Dew point also up there at 54. And I hope you enjoyed those afternoon showers we saw earlier today, because that's not the story for the rest of this week. We'll be seeing some more dry and seasonable conditions out there, setting us up for a beautiful game day this weekend. But we will be seeing a chance for rain as we start next week. Looking at our temperatures across central PA right now, mostly sitting between the mid-50s up to the mid-60s, and taking a broader look across the region, those temperatures in western Pennsylvania sitting in the 50s, but not the case in eastern Pennsylvania. Temperatures all the way up to 68 in Allentown right now. If we take a look at our radar, as I mentioned, we had that cold front make its way across our region earlier today, associated with a low pressure system sitting up over Canada right now. As it makes its way out of our area, we are seeing some lingering showers still affecting Pennsylvania right now. Looking at our future radar, those clouds we're seeing here in State College are affecting the bulk of the state right now. And as we head into this evening, we'll see some clearing in eastern portions of Pennsylvania, but those clouds still affecting western Pennsylvania. But they build in as we head into tonight and begin to clear heading into early tomorrow morning. Temperatures here in State College potentially dipping down into the 30s, a bit chillier out there, but no precipitation in sight. We'll see any cloud cover clearing out as we head into the afternoon. A beautiful sunny day ahead, temperatures getting up into the 50s across the state. And heading into Friday, temperatures dipping down into low 30s, potentially even into the upper 20s as we head into Friday morning. We'll see some light cloud cover out there, but nothing much to worry about. And if we take a broader look at our Euro model heading into Saturday, we'll see those clearing conditions last through our game day. Kick off at 12 p.m. We'll see a beautiful skies and a sunny day. The remaining as we head through the day Saturday, some clouds pushing their way into our region Sunday. We're seeing a bit of rain approaching us as we head into the next week, but pretty far out, so nothing certain yet. Tonight in State College, expect a low temperature of 42 with mostly cloudy skies. And as we head into tomorrow, we'll see those clouds clearing out of our region, setting us up for a beautiful sunny day with a high of 57. And your outlook for the rest of this week, as I mentioned, some dry conditions as we end this week, a beautiful game day ahead Saturday, but we'll see those clouds and a little bit of rain return as we head into the beginning of next week. I'm student meteorologist Caitlin Kitch. Have a great evening.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm AJ Sisson with your sports update. The unranked St. Thomas Tommies came into town this past weekend to take on the number 18 ranked Penn State men's ice hockey team, only to be swept by the Lions in 2 matches. The Tommies couldn't handle the high-octane Penn State offense in Game 1, as they allowed 3 goals within 70 seconds during the second period, granting the Lions a 6-2 victory. Friday night boasted a much more even matchup as St. Thomas kept the match close, but just lost Game 2 at a score of 2-3. Penn State coach Guy Godowski said the biggest takeaway from this game is this team finds ways to win in hard situations, and that mentality will go a long way in succeeding this season. Penn State will begin Big Ten play this Friday and Saturday in Madison to face the 2-4 Wisconsin Badgers. The number 12 ranked women's ice hockey team is solidifying the term Hockey Valley as they also swept their 2-game weekend matchup against the unranked Franklin Pierce Ravens at home. The Lions owned 6 unique goal scorers in Sunday's 6-0 win. Junior Kiera Zanin scored 2 to complete the sweep in their 4-1 victory. However, Penn State defense is what carried this weekend. Franklin Thomas attempted just 26 shots and only scored 1 goal for the entire weekend. Penn State improves to 5-4-1 on the season and will travel to Missouri to take on the Lindenwood Lions this Friday and Saturday. Looking to the NFL, the Chicago Bears traveled to Foxborough to face the New England Patriots for Monday Night Football. The Bears took the dub 33-14. Bailey Zappi is slowly starting to take the starting job from Mac Jones after scoring back-to-back touchdowns to give the Patriots a 14-10 lead early in the second quarter. However, Justin Fields and the Bears answered Zappi back and reclaimed the lead at 20-14 and never looked back. Bears kicker Cairo Santos went 4 for 4 on field goals, and the defense secured 4 takeaways in their upset over New England. New England will travel to East Rutherford on Sunday for a division matchup against the Jets, and Chicago will head to Dallas and take on the Cowboys on Sunday. Both games will start at 1 p.m. That's all for your sports update. After the break, Anna Meyer has the latest updates from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh!
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I've just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's
Wow.
right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Anna Meyer with your entertainment update. Comedian Kevin Hart will be making a guest appearance in the Bryce Jordan Center this Thursday at 8 p.m. Hart will be performing a comedy set as part of his reality check tour. Tickets are selling out fast and range from $45 all the way to over $1,000. Parking at the Bryce Jordan Center is already sold out, so if you didn't snag a spot, you can check out parking spots and parking garages on campus and downtown State College for this event. Speaking of the Bryce Jordan Center, another major event is returning to Happy Valley. The BJC's Twitter account announced Monday that it will be hosting the Winter Jam on February 24th, 2023. Winter Jam is a nationwide Christian tour hosted by World Vision, and several artists will be making an appearance at the concert, including Jeremy Camp, Austin French, and Andy Mineo. There's a $15 admission fee for all attendees, with more details to come. Get ready to get up on your feet and join in some fun music. October is Domestic Violence Month, and to raise more awareness on the issue, the Gender Equity Center took to the hub to provide students with more information. Field reporter Jill LaMontagne has more details on their efforts. Take a look.
This past Thursday, the Gender Equity Club hosted a table in the hub to raise awareness for Domestic Violence Month. The club works year-round to remind the community of important campus climate issues. We had a chance to sit down with Sophia Mills, the program coordinator, to talk about the club's message.
We are part of student affairs, actually, so we do a lot with supporting healthy relationships, boundaries, and consent. Really, our goal here is to make sure that everyone is healthy and respectful on campus.
While it's a difficult subject to approach, the club wants to continue to raise awareness for these important issues.
Interpersonal violence, because it impacts so many people, it impacts all of us, right? Whether it's not happened to us personally, we might know someone who's been impacted by this.
In addition to the table at the Hub, the team is working on new projects every week of Domestic Violence Month.
Next week, we have Love Your Body Week, which isn't technically a part of Domestic Violence Awareness Month, but I think there can still be some intersection overlapping there.
Now looking forward, students can plan to get involved in the club's mission to create a safer, more well-informed community environment.
My main months are October being Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and then in April we have Sexual Violence Awareness and Prevention Week. We host with UPUA, and that's also Sexual Assault Awareness Month, just overall.
As you can see, the Gender Equity Club is striving to make changes and keep the community safe. With events like these, they're raising awareness for domestic violence and other on-campus climate issues. If you're interested in being a part of this change, keep an eye open for upcoming events. With PSN News, I'm Joella Montaigne.
The Gender Equity Center will continue to table in the Hub to spread awareness for relevant campus issues. Emmy Award winner and actor Leslie Jordan died in a car accident Monday at the age of 67. He was most commonly known for his roles in Will and Grace, American Horror Story, and Murphy Brown. Jordan was behind the wheel when the car crashed into the side of a building. He was declared dead at the scene. His past co-stars and fans have expressed their love and grief on social media in support to his remaining loved ones. That's all for our entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor Emma Goldkopf will be speaking to Josh Rubin, the president of SMEAL Student Mentors. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%.
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, by the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on... Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Hello and welcome back to PSN News. I'm Emma Goldkopf, and alongside me tonight is the president of SMEAL Student Mentors, Josh Rubin. Thanks so much for coming in tonight, Josh.
Thanks for having me, Emma.
So to get us started, can you tell me a little bit about what SMEAL Student Mentors is and what its goal is?
Sure. So SMEAL Student Mentors is an organization that consists of second, third, and fourth year students who serve as mentors for first year students entering the SMEAL College of Business. So our main goal and mission is for our mentors to be these first year students' first friend on campus. So they're a resource. They can answer questions about academics, so classes, major advice, or questions just about Penn State in general, like clubs, organizations, and also college. The transition is definitely difficult, but having someone who's experienced that before and had great success in it is a fantastic opportunity. So that's what we try and provide.
Awesome. And what are some of the events that you hold for these first years to help get them acclimated to college and to this Smeal College?
Sure. So there's a bunch of events throughout the year that we put on. Our first flagship event is Fall College Day, and that's the day before the classes start in the fall semester. And all the first year students come to the Eisenhower Auditorium. Myself, the VP of Smeal Student Mentors, shout out Jill Wagner. We give a bunch of tips, tricks, advice to the students. Also, the dean, Charles Whiteman, comes, speaks, a bunch of other associate deans and advisors speak to the mentors, and then they break out into different buildings and they get to meet their mentors, the Smeal Student Mentors, for the first time and really kick off that relationship. Also, we put on events throughout the semester like resume reviews, snack and schedule, where they could get advice about scheduling classes. And also, we have a bunch of different professional development and networking events, firms such as EY, Deloitte this semester, where they come in, they can network and get that practice early on in their college career.
Awesome. And you mentioned the vice president. So as the president, what is your role with all of this?
Sure. So taking a step back, I started as a Smeal Student Mentor my first year. I had 9 first-year students who I mentored during COVID. Was difficult, but definitely loved the experience, loved the organization, and wanted to continue on. So my sophomore year, I became treasurer and training recruitment director, where I managed the organization's budget, and I also spearheaded the recruitment and training process. Wanted to continue, love the organization, love the people and the mission. Went out for president, became president, and I work with a great group of the board of directors, which we call BOD, and also our faculty advisors, shout out Allah. And yeah, basically I help out with the different work streams in the org, kind of the main visionary, and just drive the organization forward with a great group of people. So I love it.
Absolutely. And how do upperclassmen get involved with it?
Sure. So our recruitment process starts in the spring. Basically, to qualify, you have to be a Smeal student or a DOS student on a Smeal track, 3.5 GPA minimum, and you fill out an application, get an interview, and if we feel you're a good representation of Smeal, its core values, and you could be a great mentor, join the team, get trained in the spring, and get some mentees in the fall.
Perfect. Do you have any current plans that that are in the works right now for the future of Smeal Student Mentors?
Sure. So I'm going to be finishing up in December as president, but definitely we have some goals moving forward. First is with our new professional development chair. We're trying to put on more professional development and networking events with our alumni, with different firms, companies, to offer more value to our mentors and our mentees. Also, last year we were certified with honor and integrity in Smeal, so we want to put on more events, get more involved there. And I would say finally, always a goal of an engagement, increasing that, having our mentors more engaged, more excited, and hopefully that would trickle down to their relationships with their mentees.
Absolutely. And it seems like this program has had a lot of success. So do you think that other programs like this will arise in like other academic colleges across campus?
Sure. I think there are a bunch of mentoring programs already out there. But what I've been seeing a lot recently is mentoring programs within clubs and organizations. I think that's fantastic, giving younger students, that mentorship, that experience, that advice. I think that could really pave the way and help them out moving forward.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time tonight, Josh. We really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Next up, Jessica and Cameron will bring us the latest news from across the nation. We'll be right back.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh! Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%.
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So what's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Oh,
Was it good?
oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
The Serliano family from Michigan was located by authorities on Sunday after going missing for nearly a week. Police say all 4 family members are safe after they unexpectedly left their home in Fremont, Michigan. They had not been heard from since October 16th. Fremont police said dispatchers received a call from the father Anthony on the 16th. He had asked for protection because he believed he had information of national interest and claimed that people were out to get him. The investigation ended after Anthony and Suzette, both aged 51, and their 2 sons, Brandon and Noah, were found 200 miles away in Stevens Point, Wisconsin.
Health experts are on high alert as the mutating COVID-19 Omicron variant could put those with compromised immune system at an even greater risk to the infection. Recent reports have shown that that subvariants of the Omicron strain have been able to evade the effects of AstraZeneca's Evusheld and bebtelovimab. Those are both antibody drugs specifically designed to prevent and treat COVID-19, respectively. Health officials continue to recommend getting boosted as the most viable defense against these newest variants, and that those who are immunocompromised should get boosted as soon as possible.
The Chicago Department of Public Health reported that 2 people in the city died after being diagnosed with monkeypox. The individuals are believed to be the first in the state to die from the virus. They had been hospitalized after testing positive over 6 weeks ago. City officials said that the deaths are unrelated to each other, and the individuals had several other health conditions, including weakened immune systems. Chicago officials said they would not disclose any other information about the 2 cases to protect patient privacy.
Also in Chicago, police are continuing the search for suspects involved in a recent shooting that left 3 dead and 2 injured. The shooting happened Sunday morning during a drag racing and drifting event. Spectators and participants took over an intersection in the city's Brighton Park neighborhood. Authorities say that they were responding to the caravan when a ShotSpotter alert notified them of at least 13 rounds having been fired. And just later that day, CPD Commander Don Jerome noted all 3 of those killed had gang affiliations and ranged in age from 15 to 20 years old. No guns were recovered at the scene, and no arrests have been announced as of today. And that concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.